Welcome to the Academic Writing Amplified podcast. On this podcast, we believe that the culture of academia needs to change radically. Women and non-binary people are revolutionizing academia within institutions that were not built for us. If you're ready to reject the culture of overwork, kick guilt and overwhelm to the curb, and amplify your voice to make a real impact on your field without breaking down or burning out, you're in the right place. With our team of experienced writing coaches as co-hosts, we'll share insights and talk to inspiring guests to bring you the practical strategies, systems, and mindset shifts you need to find time to write, publish work you love, and design your career on your terms. And it all starts with writing. Let's go. Hello there, everyone. It's your host for this week, Kathy Mazak, and today we have a special treat for you. We have a sneak peek inside of our Navigate information session. Now, I created this information session, which is called Control Your Career with Publications, a look inside our Navigate program, so that anyone interested in the program could really understand all the bits and pieces and parts and the system that works together to help you double your publication output in the next year. In this audio version of the info session, you will hear our case studies of 3 successful clients who recommend our program. You're going to hear a walkthrough of all the different program parts, well, almost all the program parts. We include about 30 minutes of the info session here for you. And then if you want to hear the rest, there's a link in the show notes where you can go and watch the whole thing. Now, we are letting you know all about the Navigate program because we are enrolling in the program. Our official enrollment period starts May 3rd, and by May 16th, everyone is going to be in our new cohort. When you hear this info session, we're going to be teasing a little bit about the specialness of this cohort. So you're definitely going to want to go and click through and listen to it all the way to the end. But for today, what I have for you is the first half of our Navigate info session to see if maybe it's something you want to enroll in this May. So, control your career with publications. Here we go. So I have some little gifts or gifs for you. So the truth about academic publishing, there is so much pressure to publish that it really just makes you want to throw the covers back over your head and get back into bed, right? Another truth about academic publishing is that you actually have plenty of ideas. So the ideas are not the problem. You have so many ideas, but actually having time to write them up, that's the problem. And the other truth about academic publishing is that if you're on this webinar today, then it's quite possible that your publication pipeline is less flow and more drip, even though you have so many ideas and you have tons of things to say and you have a unique perspective on your field. So this is the hard truth that we are going to give you some solutions to today. So we know that there's a better way to approach this academic publishing part of your career, and that it actually creates a better way for you to live your entire career. Now, we know that because we've helped over 500 academic women and non-binary academics center their writing, publish more, and take control of their careers on their terms in our Navigate program. But they didn't learn that in grad school, right? They didn't teach us this in grad school. So I'm going to just go right ahead and tell you the secret to more publications. What you need to publish more are 3 types of systems. One is time systems, time management systems, writing systems, and planning systems. Now, when you have your time management systems and your writing systems kind of locked down and really mastered, then of course you will write more, right? If you have your time management systems and your planning systems mastered, then you will publish more. And if you have your writing systems and your planning systems mastered, you are going to have that control over your career. So your bullseye here, right? What you're aiming for is to have all of these things, right? Your 3 sets of systems kind of mastered and locked down and tailored to you. And that means that you're going to write more, publish more. And we know that when you have the publications that you really need and want, and that really reflect your voice, you are going to have so much control over your career. So, hi, Thea. Thea just joined us. Yay. So we have 3 Navigate grads that we would love to highlight for you today. The first is Selena. As a new mom, Selena was trying to figure out how her goals and values could align with her dreams in academia. Navigate helped her turn her dreams into a reality. She says that through Navigate, I've found strength in community and amazing coaches and got the book contract I dreamed of and continue to have doors open that align with my academic mission. I mean, that's just so fantastic. We're so proud of Selena. But Selena's, early career, I wanted to introduce you to somebody who is solidly mid-career, and that is Kimberly. So after tenure, Kimberly felt like she was doing more of the less important stuff. Okay, more of the less important stuff than she had been doing before. So she even kind of questioned whether she wanted to be a faculty member at all. And she used Navigate to feel like she was really important again and not just a cog in the wheel. And an update on Kimberly, she just landed a job at a Research One, which was her dream. She got hired at Oklahoma State. And we're just so proud of all the work that she's done. She's really positioned well now to have her academic publishing take off in the way that she wants. Because let me just say, it is not the goal of everybody to be a professor at a Research One. And that is totally wonderful. For Kimberly, it was, but the tools you learn and Navigate are going to help you even, for whatever kind of institution you're at. Let me introduce you to Nicole. Nicole was very much a teaching heavy institution with a 4-4 teaching load, but she wasn't willing to give up her research because she loved it. So even though she felt like pulled in 1,000 directions, she was determined to keep her research and her publication pipeline going. After Navigate, she impressed her colleagues by being a junior faculty member who stood up for herself and shaped her career. So junior faculty members becoming leaders and becoming almost envied by senior faculty members because of the boundaries and the systems that they've learned inside of Navigate. So those are 3 Navigate grads that I wanted to introduce you to today. Okay, so what we're covering today, 4 things: who Navigate is for, how the program works. I'm going to go into a lot of detail about the program and each module and all the component parts. And if you stay to the end, I have a special gift for you. So make sure you hang out all the way to the end, or if you're watching the replay, watch all the way to the end. And we also have frequently asked questions and any questions that you all want to put in the Q&A. All right. So who is Navigate for? Navigate is perfect for women and non-binary professors at any stage in their tenure track or equivalent journey. I know a lot of people on the call today are international. We have lots of European people who work at European universities take our programs. At universities in the UK take our programs. Right now, we got somebody in Chile. We have people in Singapore. Like, we do have people around the world. And so we understand that it's not just the word tenure that's causing the problems. So what we're trying to say here is that Navigate is really designed for you if you are working as a professor in that however permanent tenure really is kind of way. So you have a position at a university that is tenure track or equivalent. And we're also really looking for a diverse group of scholars who are ready to take action and control their careers through publications with the support of community. So we really find our community component of our program to be super important. So we're really looking for people who want to participate in the program, who also love the idea of participating in a community. So Navigate is a year-long program that helps women and non-binary professors double their publication output in a year by implementing 10 productivity systems supported by coach and peer accountability. In Navigate, you will implement a customized, consistent writing system, submit more publications, and confidently reach that next level in your career. So unlike other professional development programs that generically teach you how to meet your institution's tenure and promotion requirements, Navigate is a complete system for using writing and publishing to craft your career on your terms, despite your institution, not because of it. So we're not that interested in making sure you fit into all the boxes that your institution has kind of set out for you. And also, let's just be clear that the institutional criteria for tenure and promotion, or for how many publications is enough, is unclear. So it's kind of silly to even think about okay, I'm going to meet these requirements exactly. What the heck are the requirements? Unless you're unionized, it's very rare that there's a cut and dry list of a certain number. So what we really encourage our Navigate members to do is to craft their career on their terms. So yes, you're working at a university and you're working through a university's promotion system, but you are creating your career. And so we're really looking for people who are interested in doing that. During the year in our Navigate program, you will hit 5 publication-focused program milestones. So these are the 5 milestones. The first one is 2 hours of writing per week. The second one is your publication pipeline completely mapped out. And we encourage you to have it kind of visually somewhere nearby that you can see, either digitally or on your wall. You will submit an almost done article. We call it the low-hanging fruit article, or that article that's been sitting around that just needs that final push. And then you will also hit 2 custom publication milestones, because by the time you are in the last third of the program, you will be able to set these milestones yourself. You'll be able to predict how long it takes you to get your publications done. You'll be able to set up your time management systems so that you know how much time you have to work on the publication. So you'll be completely equipped to be able to set your own publication milestone and hit it. We also want to emphasize that we're using the word publication here. And for you in your career, you have to decide what that means. Is that a book that you're working on, an article, a chapter, a book review, a textbook, even a blog, or something that's more, public facing? We are talking about all kinds of publications. And the reason that we have these custom publication milestones is that we want you to decide what is right for you. All right. So your year in Navigate starts by learning our 10 core systems delivered step by step in 10 digital modules. So I'm going to be now kind of walking you through what the year in Navigate looks like. Each system that you learn, the 10 systems, each system includes video modules, simple, effective assignments, and fillable PDF worksheets. And we've also translated all of those modules into a private podcast so that you can listen to the modules on the go, right? I love podcasts. I'm a big podcast fan. And so we didn't want you to feel like you had to sit at your computer and watch video modules. Everything works both on video and as audio only. So we have that for you. It's a special little feature of the program. You can listen right on in your favorite podcast app. So remember the secret. The secret is 3 sets of systems: time management systems, writing systems, and planning systems. So we start with time management systems. The first module is called the mission method. In there, you're going to create that focus in your career that's going to propel your publishing forward, right? So we're trying to make your career about one thing. So if you stop feeling like you're pulled in 1,000 directions, that's the point of the first couple of modules. In the mission method, you'll dig deep to find the real motivation behind why you want to write and publish more. And you're going to come away with your academic mission statement clearly written and hanging on your wall. Next, you'll move to module 2 or system 2, which is activity alignment. In here, you will cull the creep and learn to say no using our set of rubrics to assess everything you're doing right now and really cull out all the off-mission activities or align the activities that you can't eliminate. It's really like a different way of thinking. Sometimes we really have all or nothing thinking around what we like have to do at the university. So what we're trying to do is have you strategically think about how every single activity that you participate in is supporting your academic mission statement. Sometimes that means quitting stuff, but sometimes that means just like, what can we do to like pull things closer in behind that academic mission? And this is really the key to feeling less stressed. System 3 is called freeing time, and we work through many aspects of your career to really create space in your calendar. So we give you templates and workflows for freeing up time for writing. What I mean by a workflow is like, here, you just like take this idea and run with it, right? You can, implement those kind of things immediately. And also we're going to teach you there really deeply about setting clear boundaries around your time and strategies for doing that, because people say, make some boundaries. It's like, yeah, no problem. Holding the boundaries is the hard part, right? So we teach you strategies, like concrete things you can do to do that. So that's the time management system piece. One of our clients said that the course had a mega impact in my life, even if right now I haven't been able to write much, but I have the mission statement on the wall, a pipeline printed out and posted on a magnetic board, a functioning bullet journal, and my work life mostly under control. And I'm better at planning than ever before. Also better at setting aside non-work time, which is so, so important. I love that win. So the second bubble, right, is your writing systems. We teach you we call them soaring sessions. And the opposite of soaring is slogging, right? Soaring is where you feel like you're kind of uplifted by an invisible energy and propelled forward. You're not frantically flapping your wings, trying to stay aloft. And that soaring feeling is what we're trying to create inside every single writing session that you have. And there's different ways to create it. And when you do, you will repair your relationship with writing. What I mean by that is like, that feeling of like writing as sitting down, like, I don't really want to do this or something I have to do is really alleviated when we give you permission to make the writing joyful, when we teach you how to make it feel good. And that is really going to help you gain momentum and stay consistent. So there's a layered system. It's like a 3-pronged system for creating these soaring sessions. And you will do that in system 4. We also teach you the Write Goals method, which is our method for setting writing goals. We want to use goal setting as a way to like gain momentum. Many academics come to us and their goal setting has been something that actually makes them sad. So if you're always setting goals and not hitting them, or always underestimating the time it's going to take you to do something, like it's like this cycle of not achieving. And I know that if you're on this call, you are an achiever. So, this can be really devastating and it compounds over time and can lead to those feelings of frustration and burnout. So we talk all about how to set writing goals that motivate you, how to customize those goals so that you are hitting them. Super important. System 3 is called Mindset Mastery. And in this system, you're going to unlearn all the crap that academia has taught you that gets in the way of you confidently controlling your career. All right. So we have been socialized inside of these institutions from very early on in our academic careers to have a mindset that can get in our way the farther we go along in our career. So in this module, you unlearn the negative messages that you've kind of picked up through your travels through academia and replace them with an abundance mindset, which is what you really need to write and publish more. We talk about imposter syndrome, all of those things that kind of get in your head about writing. And this is something that you can come back to over and over again, and that we give you ongoing live tools to help you with that, because we know that mindset is so important. So all of these things are modules that you learn, but we also are supporting you daily in the program. So daily, we have co-writing sessions, several co-writing sessions every day, where you can make a date with your writing It makes it very easy to keep because it's something scheduled. You can put it on your calendar. You go to the link. There's other people there, right? And you start to get to know those people who are going to co-writing sessions at the same time as you. Now, we have 6 daily co-writing sessions. We are not saying that you should be writing for 6 hours daily. That would be silly. So what we have is this kind of buffet of times for you to choose from. And our goal, which I'll be talking about as a milestone actually shortly, is that you are holding 2 hours of writing time a week. And the co-writing sessions are a tool to help you do that. We also have our online community, which we run in Slack, where we share tips and tricks, debrief our coaching calls, and celebrate all the writing wins that you're going to be making. And we are doing that in a Slack group. If you have never used Slack, it's mostly text-based. It has different channels in it. You can have it as an app on your phone. You can very easily control a lot of the notifications. There's no ads. You don't have to pay for it, so that's what we're using now because we want it to be a space that's not very distraction-y. And a place that you can go when you intentionally decide to get your little participation in community and see people's wins and feel encouraged and ask questions and then leave and not feel like, you're stuck in the social media void. So we also have weekly mindset coaching. So as I mentioned, mindset is so important that we are weekly meeting about your mindset. And these are 30-minute group coaching sessions. So over the course of the year, you're having around 50 group coaching calls where you get on the call. We give you some prompts and things to think about. You go into breakout rooms where you get to develop peer relationships. You'll see some of the people that you co-write with. You'll see people who you also know from the Slack community, and you get to actually talk to them in person. You go through the prompts, and then we come back together as a group. We didn't want to have a coaching call or another thing for you to have to do, but rather, and like an injection of energy and a kind of nice, let's rein in our mindset for the week and kind of gain that momentum. And these are coach-led weekly calls. So just a little bit about how our members love the group calls. Great group call today. Thanks for the breakout groups we shared, and it gave us an opportunity to talk about our common issues. Big love for the call today. Thanks to all, and a special shout out for our coach, Gina, for leading and promoting discussion points. Now, after you've done all of that over several weeks, remember it's a year-long program, you will hit milestone number 1. And milestone number 1 is that you have consistently 2 hours of writing on your calendar, blocked off and treated as an appointment every week. So think about how much writing time you have consistently right now and what it would mean to then have 2 hours consistently. And I say consistently, we don't teach a write every day method. I really just don't believe in that. So it never worked for me. And so we really are looking for you to, again, gain momentum, do something consistent, but not something that's unrealistic, because most of you do not have 2 hours a day to write, right? Or sometimes people have come in with and this is a technique I tried early on as well, of course, Fridays, I'm going to write on Fridays. I don't teach on Friday. I'm going to block the whole day for writing, which never really happens, because, you choose it to make your doctor's appointment that day and all these kinds of things. So the 2 hours of writing is what we're hitting in the first milestone. Then we are launching into the pipeline and planning systems. So system 7 is the project prediction plan, where you will finally figure out how long it takes you to do things so you can project plan like an expert. We strive for predictability over speed. That's really, really important. Predictability over speed. You learn to break projects into tasks and estimate time to task. We are really looking for that, develop predictable practices. And we teach you how to do that in system 7. System 8 is called the Power Pipeline, and you are going to learn the Power Pipeline method, which is one that will help you get your publication pipeline flowing. So if you have no idea what a publication pipeline is, it's really a high-level project map of all the publications that you have in play. So you have to learn, and nobody teaches you this, how to create that pipeline. It needs to be customized to you and your field and how you work. And then the hardest part is that you have to learn how to curate that pipeline, which is you're getting very selective about what goes into the project plan so that you can make sure that most all of what goes in also comes out the other end. System 9 is creating what we call like a 1-year plan or a 1-year writing roadmap. We're going to help you create a year-long plan that you can really stick to. It works with the other things you're doing. And then we're going to talk about sticking to the plan and also talking about how to kind of continually readjust the plan, which is super important. And finally, system 10 is the 5-year framework where you're going to kind of envision your next 5 years and reverse engineer to reach a big goal. You're going to get clarity around what that big goal is and see how publications fit into you achieving that goal. So after completing all of these modules, Marlene said, I was offered a promotion conditional on submitting 8 qualitative manuscripts a month. My mentors thought my accepting this timeline was setting myself up for failure, but because of tracking my pipeline and having writing strategies after taking your course, I thought I could do it, though it would be hard. I hit that goal in 4 months and by 6 months had 10 publications and got the promotion. These results are not typical, but yay for Marlene. That was amazing. Another win, the tips from the roadmap helped set me up to accomplish this and another big project last fall. Colleagues have noticed a change in my problem-solving skills too, because I've got space in my brain to think and no big to-dos hanging over my head. So yes, brain space, super important and something that you can absolutely create when you have these 10 systems. So once you get through all of those, mastering those 10 systems, you will hit the milestone of having your publication pipeline mapped out. Again, it's not simple. It's a little, well, it's simple. It's straightforward, but it needs to be thoughtful and intentional, and it has to be customized to you. So you'll really be able to understand what the pipeline needs to look like, have it up visually so that you are always, working towards things flowing through. So at the beginning of this call, I said that the secret here was to have time systems, writing systems, and planning system, and that was going to lead to more publications. But as we delivered our Navigate program as a course, we realized that there was a missing piece. All right, if you want to find out what that missing piece was that made us completely revise the delivery of our Navigate program, then go ahead, find the link in the show notes where you can go and watch the whole thing. I'll let you know that you are going to love hearing the theme of our May cohort, and you'll get all the information about the Navigate program over there at that link. Thanks for listening, and I really hope to see you inside our Navigate program soon. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time supporting yourself and your writing by listening to this episode. If you like what you heard today, the best way to say thank you is to hop on over to Apple iTunes and write an honest review. The more reviews, the more amazing academic women and non-binary people will find this podcast. So go write one now.